Today I'd like to welcome my guest, Gail, to the Fitness Q. Gail's been a client of mine for a while, and I'm a personal trainer, and I train with Gail at Elite Fitness. And Gail, how did you find me at Elite Fitness?
Sort of by a fluke. I was at an auction for a theater touring company, and your package was up for auction. I'd always wanted to join a gym and have a trainer, and I thought it was a good way to try.
A lot of people out there think that having a personal trainer is something that only the elite or the celebrities do. But what did you find out when you had a personal trainer the first couple weeks that we worked out together?
Three things come to mind for me. First of all is motivation. I'd been a member of a gym before, and I'd come in maybe not really on a regular basis. And the one thing about having a personal trainer is it forced me to come. Many times maybe when I was working on machines, I might have only wanted to do 1 or 2 sets. You forced me to do 3 or 4, so the motivation is there. Another thing is also technique. I realized I'd been using many of the machines incorrectly, and so you're able to target muscles where I hadn't been able to do that before. And I guess the last thing is accountability, knowing that I have a scheduled time to come and see you and know that I have to be here.
Well, a lot of ladies watching the show probably think that having a personal trainer is going to do the one thing that no lady wants to do, and that is bulk up. And as you can tell, Gail here is very slender, very lean. She's showing some muscle growth and some definition in her arms and her shoulders and so forth. And when she came to me, she was not, quote, overweight. She was what we usually call somebody that is in good shape as far as health is concerned. But I think through working out, Gail's really noticed that her body's changed a lot. Would you like to expand on that?
I can tell you in clothing size, I have gone from pants or skirts from a size 8 to a size 2 or 4. And just a couple of weeks ago, I went to my doctor, and very pleased she asked me if I had been working out because my heart rate was so low. My blood pressure had dropped by 20 points, and she did an EKG. She wanted to do a baseline because of my age, and she said it was perfect.
Again, she just dropped 8 pounds, and that's not a lot of body weight per se. But because she'd been working out since June, which is about 8 months, and coming in twice a week for a half-hour personal training session. And what about your cardio? What do you do for your heart?
I do have a treadmill at home, and I get on the treadmill when I'm not coming with you for about 35, 45 minutes every day when I'm not with you.
And Gail's in education, so like any other career, there's a lot of stress related. Her schedule's very tight like everyone else. She works a long day, and she still manages to come in here and work out with me. And when we get together, we both have to feed off of each other's energy. And I think that's something that is really, it's a good compatibility, accountability again, as you were saying. What do you find when you are out with your co-workers? And we talked a lot about nutrition. What you want to talk a little bit about that with the audience?
That was a big challenge for me because I am a teacher. I live alone. Coming home, it was so easy always just to grab a sandwich and chips. I have had to make a drastic change in my dieting, and people have taken notice. And I feel much better about myself. The simple fact that I am working, I do still cheat once in a while, but I am working really hard to maintain that diet in order to help build muscle.
And we talk about diet. Diet is one of those words that women hate to hear because they think it's something that they have to really sacrifice. They have to give up everything. But I think you found that we really didn't target anything directly, but we just said eat clean, watch the condiments that you use, stay away from a lot of your breads, stay away from sugar and cookies, obviously, and eat small meals more times during the day. Is that difficult to do with teaching?
Yeah, because I have very little breaks in between, and we only have about 20-25 minutes for lunch. But I am finding that I am being more aware of it, and I do take things. You've recommended certain things that I could take to fix that would be easy, and so it's not that hard anymore. It was, but it's not now.
So when you came into me, did you have any set goals, or just were kind of thinking, well, I wonder what it's like to have a trainer, and we'll see how it goes?
I'll be honest, I thought that I would use the 12 sessions that I had purchased, and I would probably discover that it wasn't for me. But after the sessions were over, just within that short period of time, I felt different. Don't know that I necessarily looked any different at the time, but I felt so much better, and I just wanted to continue.
I think that's really important. A lot of times people think that they're going to start a program, and it's going to be a quick fix, and then that's the end of the program. And now that you've been into the program 8 months, what is your thought on the future as far as working out, either with a trainer or without?
Well, I couldn't imagine at this point not continuing with a trainer. Without a trainer, because it's something, as I said, the motivation's real important for me, and that's what keeps me going.
Okay, and as far as your cardio, you want to make sure that you continue with that, because even though you've done really well with the doctors, if you don't continue doing the things that you've been doing, you won't be on target and you won't stay healthy. A lot of times people get in a program and they get everything that they want, they look better, they feel better, and they say, okay, now I can go back to the way I was. And you can't. You have to stay on target continually. And what are some of the things that you find kind of hold you up sometimes, kind of make you keep from doing, quote, you mentioned cheating. What is to you cheating on your diet?
Cheating is eating after 9 o'clock, sitting around grading papers, watching television. I want that peanut butter sandwich. So that's the hardest thing, is eating early and not eating later in the night.
I think that's true with a lot of people. They come home from work, they have their dinner, and then they have things they have to do, either take care of the children or grade papers or something that has to do with the office, and they want to have some food to keep them going and give them energy. So I think sometimes that's the problem with staying up late at night, is wanting to eat. What would you say to the to people that are watching as far as what they can do to get them up and out and into a fitness center? What is something that will really make them come by?
I would certainly say, especially for someone who maybe has a friend or a spouse, buy them a package. If not, but just for, maybe 6 or 7 visits. Give them an opportunity to feel as if they're not constrained to a year's commitment. And I think they'd be pleasantly surprised and want to stick with it.
We've often talked about the buddy system. You said get a friend or a spouse to come in. A lot of times that's a really good thing to do, because if you can't have a trainer, you can have someone work with you, and I think that really helps you stay accountable, get motivated, and everything that a trainer has to offer. So when you're at school and a lot of people are seeing the difference in you, even though it's not a big difference, some people always think that you go into a gym to lose 60 pounds. That wasn't your case. But you have definitely changed your body type and your body style. And are there any future goals that you would like to accomplish with working out in a fitness center?
Well, I'd just like to continue with what I'm doing. I still would like to be more toned. Again, I'm not looking to necessarily lose weight, but I want to be fit, and I don't want to be buff, as you've mentioned earlier, but I do want to be toned, and I want some definition.
And I think now ladies are appreciating the fact that looking fit, we are over the age of 35. That's as far as I'll go with Gail today. But women have to understand that to be physically fit, you do have to take some time with it. You can't just get up in the morning and look and feel fit. It's something you have to work at daily. Well, I thank you for coming on to the show. We're going to be doing some workouts and showing the people what we've been doing.
Great. Thanks for having me.